Hello and welcome to the Ultimate Miami Reunion Special. I'm your host Priscilla, and tonight we're here with the Ultimate Miami winners. Let's start off with Isaac, winner of Ultimate Miami Bartender. Hi Isaac, how are you doing tonight?
Good, how are you today?
We also have with us Shelly, winner of the Ultimate Miami Dessert. Hi Shelly, how are you?
Hi, I'm great.
Winners of the Ultimate Miami Band, Julio and Joe from Magazine Society. Hey guys.
What's up?
Hey.
Not much. The Ultimate Miami Voice winner, Envy. Hi Envy, how are you doing?
Great, thank you. How are you?
Ultimate Miami comedian, Forrest. Hi Forrest.
Hi.
And the Ultimate Miami drag queen, Tilo Ivy. Hi Tilo, how are you doing tonight?
Good, Priscilla. How are you?
Pretty good, thanks. We searched, voted, and have now crowned Miami's ultimates in the realms of culinary arts, mixology, and entertainment. They all walked away with a grand prize of $5,000. But tonight we're gonna look back at what really happened in season 1 of Ultimate Miami and what they've been up to since their victories. And later on in the show, we'll have some special appearances by one of the judges from the competition and the executive producer of the show. Okay, let's get started. First of all, congratulations guys. You guys are officially the winners of the first season of Ultimate Miami.
All right, thanks. Yeah.
Good to see you guys. What all started with 8 mixologists going head-to-head in the Ultimate Miami Bartender. The season kicked off with quite a bit of drama. And Isaac, you benefited from that drama. Let's see what happened.
Both drinks were wonderful, and we really enjoyed. They can be drank in different environments, but we all decided on Leslie's martini.
Congratulations, Leslie! You made it to the next elimination round! Okay, something happened. We've been called. There's a situation.
Well, I didn't know during my round because I was busy making a cocktail, but the secret ingredient that was given to us is just a pineapple we need to use, and it has to be incorporated in the cocktail, which of course takes up part of the time. And even though Leslie made a more popular drink or more favorable to the judges, she did not use that pineapple which was provided. So technically by default, even though I wish that we could have just redid it, I won.
Was she upset?
Well, of course you're going to be upset. Like anybody in their right mind would be upset for at least a moment. It's a matter of how long you're upset for. We're friends, so I know we'll be fine, but hopefully I can win. I can take her out to dinner.
So Isaac, how did you feel when you found out you actually made it through?
Great. No, I felt a little sad for Leslie, but those were the rules, and it worked out to my benefit this time.
Did you take her out to dinner?
I have taken her out. She's done quite well since then.
Do you still speak to Leslie?
Of course, she just won a competition just recently.
Let's see how the rest of your journey went after that.
Smooth.
The winner is Isaac.
Woo! Isaac, congratulations! You are advancing to our next round.
Seems like the cocktail gods are on your side. You're maybe not going to be in round 2. You are now. You won it.
Yeah, it was kind of touch and go there for a moment. I'm glad it worked out for me. It doesn't always, but today seems to be my day.
Congratulations to both of them for coming this far, but tonight's winner is Isaac!
Congratulations, Isaac!
What a strange twist of events. Thoughts?
Very strange. That was one of the more interesting progressions of a competition I've ever been in, and I've been in a bunch. But it ended up with me talking to you at the end, so I'm pretty thrilled about that.
Just as you predicted.
Yeah, I tend to predict that on occasion.
Was that some flirting I sensed there going on?
Never.
Sure. So what have you been up to since the competition?
Focusing a lot on my cocktail program at Haven and continuing to do a lot of competitions and traveling a lot and seeing a lot of distilleries around the world.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
We actually caught up with Isaac since the competition. Let's see what he's really been up to.
My experience with the Ultimate Miami Bartender was actually a very solid one. I think it was a great event, something that I really think they should do in the future, and friendly competition it only helps anybody in our industry to help better our name and people's perception of what we do. My journey has continued to grow with Haven, and I love working here. We've just opened a new concept, and we're also working on some future concepts together. So we have a good relationship right now. Being Haven's mixologist, I do have an intricate role on changing the menu during seasons. For example, summer season has just started, so I'm using all summer ingredients like blood peach and fresh melons and things that are mostly you only find during the summertime. One of my favorite new summer drinks. It's very light. It's just fresh lime juice, a little bit of sugar. I use your favorite vodka, and a little bit of elderflower liqueur. And then I use some fresh melon. I can use either fresh cantaloupe or honeydew, any of the summer melons. And then I topped it off with a little frozen champagne popsicle. When I won the $5,000, I took most of it and put it into some savings for the next step in my career, in opening my own place. And then with a little bit of the money, I took my wife on a little trip, and we went to the Dominican Republic. If they asked me to come back from Miami Ultimate Bartender, I would be interested in competing. I would really be interested in help facilitating the competition and maybe judging.
I think that's a great idea. I think you'd make a great bartender judge.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Maybe we can do something about that. So the first time I spoke to you before the competition, your idea for the $5,000 was to start your own bar. You're not there yet, but if you could see your bar come into full fruition, what would it look like and what would it be like? What would it taste like?
It would taste amazing for sure, but it would be very casual. I want it to be very accessible and a place where people can just go and relax. Miami has a shortage of lounges, so either restaurants or nightclubs, and I think there's a big place for that in this market.
Great. So moving on, the winners of Ultimate Miami Band are here. Julio and Joe, how are you guys doing?
Great.
You guys were quite the popular band the night of the show. Did you guys feel like you were definitely going to win, like you had it in the bag?
Yeah.
So no doubts there, huh?
You can't go on stage and perform in front of people knowing that you're not really good. So I knew that I knew that we were good. So I knew that we probably had like a 99% chance of winning. I can say that now that we won.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Now that we won, we knew we were
going
going
to
to
say
win.
that once you've already got the $5,000.
Heck yeah.
What about you, Julio? I spoke to you halfway through. You seemed a little nervous.
Oh, I mean, I think anytime you're just playing for people or whatever, it's always a little bit nervous and putting yourself out there. But like, I mean, I think I said it on the show and during we were playing. I felt like if we played the best, then it's really not up to us and people liked us or not. I mean, we had some people there, who were our fans, obviously, but it was out of our hands. We just had to play the best that we could, and whatever happened, we let the chips fall where they may.
Well, let's take a look back on that night.
Luckily, we all agreed on who should move on to the championship round.
So here is High Gravity and Magazine Society. We are going to give the judges a few moments to decide who is the Ultimate Miami Band.
Magazine Society!
Magazine Society!
I loved your reaction there, Joe. You were just like pumped.
I was pretty excited. Yeah.
We did this. We got the $5,000.
Yeah.
What did that feel like?
It was a lot of different emotions. I mean, we had been working on our album for a long time and not really having the funds to actually complete it. And so now, when we won, I knew that it was going to get done. So it was a big weight off our shoulders for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I've been hearing that you guys have been recording this album, but when are we actually finally going to get to hear it?
It's done. We just need to have our artwork and duplication done. So we're looking at September, right? September?
Yeah, around early September.
Yeah.
The earliest in September that it can be.
So how did it feel like to go up such an older band there at the end?
I think we had a lot of respect for everybody who played that night, and whoever we were in the finals against, we knew that they deserved to be there just as much as we did. So when we saw them, we were like, man, we just better play our best, and see what happens. But they were very talented, and they've been around music for so long. They've got a lot of good tricks and good sound. So it was just a kind of a crapshoot at the end there.
Well, Joe had his own theories about that, and it included something about old man strength. Let's take a look at Magazine Society and what they've been up to since the show.
Dang it.
we felt really good about the overall experience of the competition.
I think people got a good sense of like who we were as performers and who we are as a band. I don't think we've ever played like a show that has carried that amount of weight. You know, I know I felt it. Like usually when we play at bars and stuff, it's kind of more like carefree, but there was like, you know, it was a pretty big deal.
We took the $5,000 that we won and we put it all towards finishing our soon-to-be-released record. That'll be coming out very soon. $5,000 goes kind of fast, but without it, we probably wouldn't be as far as we are right now. So
I think High Gravity is like, I mean, I think after even watching the show afterwards, like I have even more respect for High Gravity. And I felt like, dang, they're older than us. They're gonna beat us.
they got that
But
old
they,
man
but they,
mojo.
but they
Yeah.
didn't. The
That was
youngins
exciting.
prevail. And
You
so,
did it.
age before, wait, no. Beauty before age.
I'm trying to weigh what's better. That last time with Taylor Swift, or like this whole story you just went on.
There was no old man strength in there.
Well, but you did say that, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Tell me about that. What's your theory behind this old man strength?
It's like, it's impossible for you to beat your dad in basketball because he's just your dad in basketball and he's going to tear you up in the paint. And so it was kind of scary for us to go up there and, you know, they're just older than us. So, you know, you're never going to beat your dad in arm wrestling. He could be 75 years old. He's still going to kick my butt. So, right? Fourth, yeah?
Tear your ass in the paint. I
Yeah.
like that. I'm
He-
gonna
he-
start
well,
using
because
that
he's-
all the time now.
He's got the crafty veteran. He has like the elbows and stuff. So,
You just called your dad a veteran.
crafty veteran.
Crafty.
Yeah, don't forget
That
the
makes
crafty.
a big difference.
Yeah.
Well, Envy, you had some tough competition.
Yes, I did.
But it came down to you and Virginia. What did you think when you heard her perform?
Holy crap.
Let's take a look back on that night. Wow. That's wonderful. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
So did you feel like you had a little bit of the hometown advantage since you've been performing in Miami for so many years?
You know, I think in a competition like this, I don't really think you have an advantage. I think everybody brings their talent, and it's all about that night. You can be amazing, but if you don't have 3 solid performances, then you don't win.
Well, Willie Perez Feria, the guest judge of the night and the host, seemed to definitely favor you.
Yes.
Let's take a look.
I'd like to invite to our top 3, Vanessa Echavarria. I love you, baby. That's what makes the difference between a singer and an artist. And Vanessa Echavarria is an artist. You haven't heard the last of her. This is a fantastic, fantastic person who's going to be, in my opinion, he's going to do amazing things from here on out. I think Magic City should be proud that they discovered someone as wonderful as Vanessa Echavarria. She really is something.
Wow.
It was a great experience. It was really, really good.
Let's take a look back and relive that moment when you actually won.
Who is the ultimate Miami voice and winner of the grand prize of $5,000? Are you ready?
Yes, I am. The winner of Magic City's Ultimate Voice Competition is Vanessa Echavarria.
Congratulations also to Virginia. She has won $500. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you so much, Dwayne. Congratulations.
How you feeling? How you feeling?
Oh my God, I don't even know what to say. Like, my cheeks hurt so bad from smiling. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, my dad's in heaven. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't even know. This 5,000. I just won 5,000. I just won $5,000.
That is officially the cutest winning
such a
speech
dork.
I have ever seen.
I'm just a big goofball.
Well, that was great. But I don't know if any of you guys noticed. I know we were all busy looking at Envy, but let's take a look back in slow motion and see Virginia's reaction.
No.
I noticed.
Oh.
I already noticed that.
I saw the reaction after. Yeah.
The winner of Magic City's Ultimate Voice competition is Vanessa.
It's not a happy
I love that. I don't think she was expecting that at all.
I don't think anybody, honestly, I don't think anybody was, I wasn't expecting to win at all. I really wasn't. And I think she was.
Joe says she's going to be
She's going to be pissed. Did she have to sign a release to be on there?
Yeah.
No, oh, she signed one a long time
man,
ago.
she
We-
big
we
mistake on
got
her
her
part.
hooked.
That's on YouTube.
I think
It's gonna be on
it's
YouTube.
the sound effect. It's like
Yes,
a slow
like,
mo
whoa.
sound.
Yeah, it's bad.
She looks like just someone who's turning into a monster, like the Hulk. Like,
Man, you're making it worse now. You're making it worse now for her.
well, it's time to welcome one of our very special guests tonight. One of the judges from the competitions, Manny Munoz, is here. Welcome, Manny. Come right up and join us. Yay! Woo! Hello. Well, welcome, Manny. We just saw a clip of Envy winning the competition. Let's see what Vanessa's been up to since winning the $5,000.
Well, my life's changed a little bit. I've gotten more opportunities. I've gotten a little bit more recognition. I've had a little bit more notoriety because of the title that I won. I've gotten more people to follow my music. So it's been a blessing. The experience was amazing, and winning was great. With the $5,000 that I won, I gave a big chunk to my family, and I lived off of it for a while. I put it back into my music business and my music. I kind of ran out of it already. There's some more money. The money's gone. In my career, I've been working on a new song with Willie Perez, Feria. That song should be coming out in the next month or so. It's called Don't Know Your Name. I was in a music competition show in California with Nick Lachey. It airs on Monday nights, called The Winner Is. Been performing all over Miami and just trying to get my name out more and trying to use the title as more opportunities.
Well, you're using it well, girl. Sounds like you've been busy.
A little bit. Like I said, just trying to get my name out there as much as possible and using the title as much as possible. And just trying to extend this opportunity a little bit more than 15 minutes.
And let's not ignore what she said there. She's working on her single with the guest judge, Willie Perez Feria. So it wasn't just my impression that he really loved you, baby.
No, no, we have a really good music connection. We work very well together, and I'm really excited about this song. He wrote it. We collaborated on putting the melody and everything together, and I'm just really excited to see how everybody likes it. Hopefully.
I think that Vanessa should give us a little sneak peek of what that song sounds like. Come on, Vanessa.
Okay. You don't know my name, but it rhymes with my soul. I can't see your face, I just know it's beautiful. That's it.
Yeah! Let's give a hand applause for that.
Thank you,
That was great. What do you think of all this, man? You think you still made the right choice?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that.
I don't think so either.
Thanks, man.
Well, the judges might have loved Vanessa, but the audience didn't think so. Manny, that wasn't the only time that the audience didn't hold back from letting you guys know how much they disapproved of your decision. Let's take a look.
I honestly think that maybe the judges should have listened a little more to like who the audience really appreciated,
because in general, I think that the audience overall told them they loved Virginia more than Vanessa. So I feel like a lot of people were kind of angry when Virginia didn't win. That was my only problem, is that the audience clearly felt one way and the judges went another way.
I can completely agree.
All right, so we actually plucked you guys from the crowd because I heard you were upset about who won. Talk to me.
I mean, truly, I felt like it should have been Clyde, personally. I mean, Forrest was good, but
I feel like Clyde, definitely came with it, in both rounds and made the entire audience love him.
Do you think the singing was an advantage and he should have won because of it?
Absolutely. I think he played off the last joke perfect with the singing and with the crowd. Yeah, I definitely think he should have won. He definitely did a better job with the earlier jokes. It's just sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some.
Well, how does that make you feel, guys?
It didn't really make me feel that good. But at the end of the day, it's a competition, and someone's got to win, and someone's got to lose, and this time it wasn't me, so I was the one that won, so
How about you, Forrest?
I don't care. I just, I mean, comedy's subjective. You can't please everybody, especially with comedy, so.
$5 grand made you feel better?
Yeah, I mean, I won. What do I care? I'm like, it's like, I feel really bad that I won. No, I don't, people, the crowd, a lot of the crowd liked me still. Some of the crowd might have not liked me as much, but that's just how performing is.
Absolutely.
Not everybody's going to like you. If they do, it's something weird's going on.
What about you, Manny?
What about me?
I mean, you saw that clip. The audience obviously didn't agree with your decision, and they definitely had something to say about it.
Look, it wasn't only my decision. We had 3 completely different judges with 3 completely different tastes, and they combined all 3 of our scores to come up with the winner for Ultimate Miami Voice and Ultimate Miami Comedian. There were some in the audience that disagreed vehemently, obviously, with both of those decisions, but others agreed with it. Always uncomfortable when security offers to walk you out to the car, but I still stand by the winners.
There was one woman that was
Yes.
next to the judges table that I thought she was gonna just run up and punch you guys. She was like standing up, like just throwing stuff up in the air. And it just made me laugh when I looked at it. Like, I thought, you asked me how I felt, it was funny to me. I thought, that's just funny to me.
Yeah, real funny.
Well, not for you. I mean,
You're not the
I'm
one
not at
being
risk. I don't
threatened.
care. I didn't make the decision.
Well, yeah, that's why we have judges, and it's not an audience decision, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, regardless, you won, and that's what matters at the end. So let's look back and relive your crowning moment.
All right.
But I venture to say almost all of you do some sort of performance-enhancing drug. Caffeine, coffee, probably most of you do that. That's a drug, right? Viagra, this is an older table over here, maybe that, table 12. Pacemakers, those are also performance-enhancing too, right? But we're not gonna put an asterisk on Grandpa's tombstone like, the last 9 years were kind of bullshit, if you ask me. I feel like he was cheating, right? We're on agreement on that? All right, cross that off. That's not going in the record books.
Think about it. How many people you know that can grow up a poor black boy and become a rich white woman? You don't see that every day. Michael Jackson was amazing. Do you remember how it all began? I was 35 and he was only 10. Do you remember? Y'all going to hell for laughing at that shit. That was a setup.
Judges, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. Who is the ultimate Miami comedian?
It's Forrest.
That means that Clyde, you have won $500. Let's hear it for Clyde. But tonight it is Forrest Shaw. Congratulations, Forrest.
Worst reaction.
Like going to bed.
Let me tell you. Yeah, I know. Now that I've watched everybody else's reaction, I'm like, yeah, I knew this was already
Maybe
coming.
we can combine Joe's reaction and your reaction and find a middle term there. This one's going nuts. You're like.
Let me tell you, first of all, I didn't know that I won at first because it was kind of weird. And then you made us stand up there and do this whole American Idol thing where you pull people away. And if I'm just standing on the stage, I start having like a panic attack or something. I got to be a performer. So I was just already like, and then I just
I think I called you out on that earlier.
I have very little emotion. We
You
talked
get
about
nervous
this.
when you're not being funny.
No, I'm fine now. We're not being funny here. We're on this weird set that a serial killer set up for people or something to come over and entertain. Come in. I've arranged things. I'm going to kill you later. But
the serial snack killer is what
I'm
we'll call
comfortable. I just in that moment I'm not comfortable when you're just and I'm very. If you're a comedian, like Joe was saying, yeah, you have to have confidence. If you're a comedian, you have low self-esteem usually. That's just how it is. So I was already like, I'm gonna lose. I kept thinking I was gonna lose, even when I was holding the check. I was like, and I have very very difficult expressing my emotions physically.
I couldn't tell.
Internally, I was excited.
I couldn't tell at all.
I'm more excited now than when I won the check, and we didn't even get to eat this. So I'm not even getting anything right now.
Well, your other competitors really seem to respect you, and they seem to think that you were a front runner, especially Dan Dakotas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people had some really good things to say
I
about
think
you.
everybody, well, even Clyde said nice stuff about me too, but I think he was disappointed, obviously. He held it together better than, what's her name? Virginia? He was still clapping and smiles, looking. I was like, okay, he's holding it together. I mean, I know afterwards he was upset, but you're going to be upset if you lose anyways. Why wouldn't you be? You should be, you know?
Well, let's take a look back and see what his other competitors had to say about him before the competition.
Okay.
My biggest competition probably be Neri, Ricky Cruz, and Forrest Shaw.
I know Forrest Shaw is in the competition. He's a hometown hero. He's a Big Daddy, heavy-hitting, hard-swinging legend. He's about to head over to LA, so I mean, taking him down would be nice. It would be savory. Just give him a little defeat to send him off to the West Coast.
If Forrest doesn't win this, the tables will be turned. There will be fire shot through the windows. It will be the biggest injustice in the history of stand-up comedy.
Wow. That's pretty strong.
It was nice, yeah.
That's gotta feel good, huh?
Yeah, that was all nice, yeah. The audience hates me, but I mean, you know, all the other comics like me.
Well, the audience seemed to love Clyde's singing, but it was not popular amongst his fellow comedians. Let's take a look at what they had to say about his singing.
It's gonna be Clyde because he sang songs and stole jokes, but we'll see. Pretty baby with the stolen jokes.
I mean, look, whether he would admit it or not, he steals jokes. He might be delusional enough to he's done them so long to not think that he took those jokes, but I mean, we're all standing backstage and we're like, that's so-and-so's joke. And these are major comedians, not people locally. That's this person's joke. That's that headliner's joke. Even when he's singing, the joke within there is a Chris Tucker joke, you know?
Whoa, those are some heavy accusations. Wow.
I mean, I don't know if it's an accusation. It's
just the truth.
We posted the video from the Ultimate Comedy video online, and people were posting links to the jokes of his jokes.
Ouch.
So I'm not saying that's accusations. And then I think he admitted as much. Like sometimes some of his stuff was original, and he agreed I did original stuff, but I did a couple stock things, he said, because it was a competition. He admitted it. He admitted it in the thread that he deleted the comments after that too, but it was admitted. So, yeah. So I mean, you know, he had some stuff that he had written and done, but he also had some other stuff. I don't know if the judges knew that or not, but I don't. You know, look, I just came here and told jokes. And I won, so that's.
Well, you didn't just do that. You won $5,000.
Yes, I know. It's great.
Get a little bit
Super
more
excited.
excited about that.
Well, it's
what are we gonna
done
have to
now.
give
I mean,
unless
unless you're gonna give me another $5,000 right now, what do you want me to do? Yes, this is a long time ago. We're at the reunion show. This is when, this is like the behind the music when everyone comes back and like, now I'm broke and I've been doing heroin and it's been downhill since, yeah.
So I heard the drama went beyond the competition for us. I heard Clyde actually took to Facebook to attack you.
Yeah, I don't want to say he attacked me. He just took to Facebook to his displeasure of losing. He didn't call me out by name, but then
what did he call you by?
White boy, I think was
that term. White boy.
I got beaten by a white boy, but I've known him for a long time. So then he actually called and apologized. To be fair, I know it's not going to be good for what you want on this. You want it to be like, and then he came over and we had a fist fight. I know that's what you want, but he was upset. You know, I mean, like I said, you're going to be upset when you lose. I mean, he did well. You know, he got a good audience reaction, so he felt like he should win. And you know, guess where you put stuff on now is Facebook. I didn't say anything at all because I'm like, what's the point? You're not. Also, I won. I kept thinking I was going to say something. I'm like, oh wait, yeah, I won. So who cares? Yeah. So that's like, what am I going to say? It looks like you're being kind of dickish then if you do that, you know.
Well, let's see what he's been up to since the competition.
Let's see. When I started out with my style of comedy, I wasn't winning a lot of things. I was getting work, and I've gotten a lot of work now. I do this for a living, but it still it felt good because I really didn't think I was going to win it. It always feels good to win something. It's like a justification of all the time and effort and creativity and just everything that you put into it. It feels good, yeah, giant check. That was my first giant check ever. People connected with me via like Facebook, Twitter after that I don't know that's from the competition. So I got 3 more Twitter followers from winning the competition, which I'm not even past 500 yet. I'm moving to LA. I have cats. I have all these cats that I'm moving to LA with. To get my cats to LA, I'm driving there, and if you've ever driven with cats, they'll like climb under the pedals in the front seat, so I had to separate them. So I had to build this whole thing in my car. Tonight I'm going to a strip club though, with the check. Just with the check around my neck, with like a rope around my neck. I'm just gonna sit there. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna wait for them. You know, I have no expressions. I'm just gonna sit there with the check, see how long it takes for them to kick me out of there. The remaining money, I've always wanted a swimming pool. So I bought a swimming pool, but not a house, just a swimming pool. And that's it. I kind of live in it now. Thanks for not making me look too fat in the swimming pool thing. I was concerned about that, like my gut coming up, but I guess shot at a good angle. That's good.
So Manny, that was quite a split decision. Knowing who the audience loved, why did you ask them who they wanted to win before you announced the winner?
I was just trying to get them excited about the whole thing. I knew it didn't matter at that point because we had already made our decision, but after listening to everything that's gone on, I feel even more vindicated. 1, because again, it was a group decision on who the winner should be, and 2, I can't stand sore losers. And both of them obviously beat sore losers. So I feel even more vindicated.
So you were building them up only to shoot them down.
You could look at it that way in retrospect. Sure.
Just saying.
Thanks, Priscilla, yeah.
Anytime. Let's look back on that moment.
Who does the audience think it is? See, Clyde, because the audience is stupid. It wasn't a racial thing. It's Forrest.
All right. At the end of that clip, we see something that we actually didn't air on the show. Manny, why did you make that comment?
The "it's not a racist thing" comment?
Yeah, that one.
Half the guy's act was racist. I was tying it in with that. Yeah. I thought I was going to get in trouble for the racist part. That's not what I got in trouble for. I got in trouble for asking the audience, which I obviously shouldn't have done.
But there was
people.
people.
What, the comedians thought that we made the right choice, so I'm good with it.
And to be fair, there was part of the audience there was a guy that I didn't even know him. And he started chanting my name. I was like, I don't know who that guy is, but okay. And they did this whole thing and more panic attacks, and then finally I won. That was good. So
I was one guy and the 3 judges who thought he won.
Yeah. Boom. all the comics.
That's enough for me.
Yeah.
Well, did you guys always agree, or there were some disagreements throughout the shows?
Yeah, we had disagreements, and it's one of the reasons why I think the format worked out properly, because we each scored separately, and then those scores were added up, and we came up with whoever the winner might be. It wasn't like I fought for one person or another. So I think the format worked out best that way because it ended up being a group thing.
So it was just a combination of your votes, your separate votes put together, and whatever it came out to, that's who won.
We scored each one, and those were added up, and whoever got the most points won.
So then not necessarily your favorite performer might have won all the time. Is that correct?
Actually, my favorite performer did win each time, so
well, lucky
I was happy
you.
about that, yeah.
Tila, you're so quiet over there. What's going on? We haven't heard from you at all.
I'm just a very
Don't fall asleep on us.
I'm very observant, so I stay quiet and I observe my surroundings.
Well, you've been observing for a little bit now. What do you have to say so far?
I think that everybody is amazing and they deserve the position that they're at the moment. And I wish them a lot of success, happiness, and love, and just keep reaching for the stars. That's what I advise everybody. Everybody's talented and seems to have a beautiful soul, and that's what matters. If you don't have a beautiful soul, there's nothing else you can have.
Had you seen any of the other
Actually, no, this
before?
is the first time that I get to see everybody's little moment and see their rise. So it's interesting to see the different genres of what this Ultimate Miami competition has to offer.
Definitely Manny. loved you the most out of all the
Thank you.
competitors. Right, Manny?
Yeah, I mean, look at her. She was great. I mean,
Thank
she was
you.
very talented and really hot.
Let's take a look at dessert. Shelly, you were quite the underdog.
Yep.
Let's see what your competitors thought of you.
Who do you think will not advance to the next round if you had to take a guess?
I would say Shelly, just because she looks a little bit more, a little bit less experienced, I would say.
Okay, so if you had to take a guess as to who would not advance to the next round, who would you go with?
I'm gonna go with Shelly.
Why?
I don't know. I think she had some difficulty with the cake. We were looking at it. I think it was kind of like lopsided or something. So I don't know. Maybe she won't make it.
Yeah, they didn't know,
That's very
they didn't know
nice.
anything about cooking.
The haters.
Well, you're definitely having the last laugh.
Yeah.
Because
and
that's
the last-
not how it turned out.
No, it
You
didn't.
made it past the first round, and then you actually won. You
Yeah.
won $5,000.
Yeah, it was
That's awesome. And the ultimate Miami dessert.
Yep.
Let's look back on your experience.
It was really tough for us to make a decision.
I think that the make or break here was the quality of their ingredients.
The first one to advance is Shelly.
Shelly Prima from Melange Nectar, congratulations!
They're like,
All
what?
right, it's over now. How do you feel?
I'm happy. It's exciting. It's lots of fun.
The creator of the ultimate Miami dessert and the person who is taking home the $5,000 grand prize is
Shelly!
Congratulations, Shelly from Melange Nectar. Congratulations!
Shelly was kind of the underdog. Are you surprised she went all the way?
She was the underdog, but she came through. She was the winner here now with her thing parfait.
She looked mad.
That's what you made, was it?
Haters gonna hate.
Haters! Haters! Gosh!
Well, like I said, you had the last laugh. What was that experience like? What were you feeling when you were up there?
It was awesome. It really, really was awesome. I mean, it literally just, confirmed everything that I focused on. It all just came to fruition. So it was just it was an awesome night. It was so much fun. It was really great.
Well, I didn't get to taste Shelly's desserts, but you did, sir. Tell us, what was it about her desserts that really, gave her the edge and made her the ultimate Miami dessert?
Oh, I think it
winner?
confirms the old saying that ingredients do matter, and everything she used was not only fresh, but some really original stuff. And I think, hands down, that's what put her over the top, was the fresh ingredients, the use of the ingredients.
Well, you handed her that check, so let's see what she's done
Did
with
I?
it so far.
Winning the Ultimate Miami Dessert has changed my life. I didn't think it would, but it really has. It has showcased for me what is possible. I've always believed in myself. I know what I'm good at, but actually having it confirmed just gives you the extra little oomph that you need to move forward. Everybody saw me as the underdog. It didn't really make me feel bad at all. It actually motivated me. I just focused on what I knew that I was good at, and that was creating really good, delicious flavors. And I thought at the end of the day, that was what was gonna pull me through. Today we're here at Bairis restaurant in Miami Beach, and my very good friend, Chef Nick, he's the executive chef here. We are gonna be creating a cocktail with my product, Melange Nectar. We're using the hibiscus again that we used at the Ultimate Miami Dessert, but I wanted to showcase a different way that we could use it. With the $5,000 that I won from the competition, I invested it in my business, Melange Nectar. Right now, laying the foundation with different customers here in Miami in the restaurant industry, hotels. I've confirmed for a location for production and also an investor from Canada, so I'm super excited about that. I'm really looking forward to launching. This has been a stepping stone for me and really helpful, and the timing was just perfect.
Well, that's great. Congratulations,
Thank
Shelly.
you.
You need to hand over some of your nectars to Isaac so he can create some concoctions with them.
We were just discussing that.
I'd
Yeah,
love
it's in the
to
works.
see that. I'd love to see a combined project between the two of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should be yummy.
It's gonna
Invite
happen.
me over.
Yeah.
Don't forget about me.
It's cocktails.
Well, she's been really, really quiet, but we swear that the first ever Ultimate Miami Drag Queen winner is here, Tilo Ivy.
Hi.
You're
like
so quiet today.
Yeah, I'm
you
usually
do not
always
look like that
there.
same girl that was shaking her ass on this stage.
Well,
I want to see some of that.
Right now.
Do we have some Beyonce? Can we play some Beyonce? Maybe we'll waken her up.
No, usually I'm very quiet and I'm very conserved and reservative. And when it's time for me to be on stage is when, like, I let it all out. But, you know,
well, you definitely let it all out. What was that crowning moment like for you?
The crowning moment for me was very accomplishing because I was up against someone who is legendary in the drag world, and is someone who actually I admire a lot. And he was the reason why, not was the reason why, but was a big push into like, okay, I want to make my mark as well, like in the entertainment world here in Miami, because I'm born and raised here in Miami.
And who was that?
That's TP Lords. So going up against the legend was a bit I was a bit nervous, but that's what I do.
But it makes for a sweeter victory, doesn't it?
Absolutely, but I'm a pusher. I push myself to go up against the best. To be the best, you have to compete with the best, and that's how you get remembered.
And that's how you win.
Exactly.
Well, let's look back on that night.
I'm a little nervous about the question portion because I don't know what kind of questions they're gonna have in there. Like, I don't want like a stadium full of people looking at me like, wow, this girl's dumb.
If during a pageant you witnessed another contestant breaking the rules of said pageant, would you turn them in and why?
I would turn them in because I'm a very honest person.
So you think you answered one way, but you would have acted a different way?
I've answered one way, but in all honesty, I would have acted a different way. Maybe not as harsh, but if I felt it wasn't something as serious, like, I'm a very reserved person and I choose not to get involved in things because I feel that it's the best thing to do. But again, if it has something to do with the pageant and if I'm competing, actually now that I think about it, I'm very confident in my answer because I'm competing as well as that person.
It all comes full circle.
I get a little bit like starstruck with the lie and then the question, everybody's like looking at me.
So after you got off that stage and you felt a little not so confident, did you think that maybe you blew it?
Not so much that I blew it because I knew I had my looks to fall back on, if anything. But it was something like, okay, well maybe like metí la pata sin querer.
Well, that's Miami for you.
Yeah, I was like, maybe I kind of like was like the dumb girl out there who, like the pageant girls who just ramble on, have nothing to do. It was a shady question. I'm not going to deny that. It was a shady question, so I had to play my part as like, okay, do I answer truthfully and not win? Or do I tell a little lie and win, but then again, not so much as not a little lie?
Well, it worked out for you, right?
Yeah,
and that's what matters.
It did. So.
Well, going back with this controversy of why you should have won, why you shouldn't have won, the illusion thing, you know, I don't know if you mind talking about this, but you're actually transgendered.
Yes, I
And
am.
what does that mean to you and winning this competition and being able to, you know, you have this spotlight now, you have this platform to talk about that?
Well, in this city of Miami, drag is what's more popular than, you know, the how we call it, the fishiness and like the feminine of the drag. In this city, it's not about that. It's about drag and being androgynous and all that jazz. You go somewhere else and it's about the girls who have like the titty queens, the really pretty glamorous girls, and it's all about being naked and showing body and stuff like that. Me being transgendered, it's a lot because usually girls that walk the life that I walk are not in the position where I'm at. So I wanted to give more of a message to those girls and to the straight people and gay people, like just because you're born something doesn't make you any different from competing against someone who's been doing this for years or competing against anybody.
Well, like Magazine Society, you really have the audience behind you. Let's take a look. you feeling the love, Tilo?
Yeah, I was.
How good did that feel? I mean, you got a standing ovation.
I did get a standing ovation. A lot of the people that were in the crowd are people that I usually see on a weekend base because I work at Palace. And it's people that I've seen growing up in the industry. I've been involved in the club industry since I was 16. So it's people that I've known for, not so much known because people don't know me like that, but people that I've been acquainted with for years and that have seen me grow. So to feel that love from them and to see them there and being supportive really meant a lot to me because it shows me that they back me up in my style of performance. It was an amazing feeling for me, and again, it was overall an accomplishing feeling overall than any feeling that I was feeling.
Well, your Q&A flip wasn't the only prediction you made. She actually predicted how it was going to turn out. Let's take a look at how that happened.
I think that it's going to be narrowed down to us three. So even if it is narrowed down to us three, like, we're walking home with money regardless. So whether it's, I mean, $5,000 is $5,000, and
the 500 looks just as good, honey.
And 250 too. That's a booking.
Congratulations, coming in third place and earning $250, Tiffany Fantasia. In second place, TP Lords. Congratulations, TP Lords. Now, your winner, the very first Ultimate Miami Drag Queen and the winner of $5,000. Oh, I love it, a drum roll. Congratulations, Tilo Ivey!
You nailed that one. You knew it was going to be between the three of you.
Actually, I knew the order that it was going to be.
That's pretty
I'm a little bit of
impressive.
a like,
I'm giving you the
a
sneaky
witch, you
eyes.
can say. I'm just kidding. I'm very intuitive, so I knew it was going to be narrowed down to us three, and I knew that it was going to be between TP and I. It was something in my heart and in my gut that just told me it's going to be between you and her.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Well, I know you just won. It's been a very short time since you won, but we've already caught up to Tilo Ivey to see what she's been up to since she won.
I thought it was amazing competition, and I think that as the years pass by, that it's gonna get bigger. Well, the whole time I was looking at him because I was most nervous with him, so I was like, I gotta get him in the bag. When I reach that runway, or even when I'm on the end part of the stage, that my eyes completely focused on him, because I wanted him to feel like he was the only one in the room. He was in the middle of both judges, so to me that meant that he was the most important judge of all. So I was like, I have to get him in the bag. And luckily I got him in the bag. Well, I have an appointment next week, actually, on Tuesday, and it's gonna be at the Florida Center for Cosmetic Surgery with Dr. Timothy Alexander, and I'm excited for that. And I'm gonna go in there, get my consultation, get what I need to get done, and pay for it in full, and just give me my date so I could do what I need to do. It just feels good to be something that is not really the norm, and people accept you, and not just gay people, but straight people. Men, women, like, it was really amazing to have that feeling and for them to connect with me as an artist.
Ooh, Manny, you're not the most important judge.
I'm hurt.
You're the most important to me. I'll just say that.
I'm taking that home with me.
I wouldn't say not that he wasn't an important judge.
You can't take it back now.
But there was a big hype about Perez being here, and it was
Listen,
about,
I saw those sultry eyes you were giving him.
I had to do what I had to do to win. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that I have to do what I have to do, but you know, I know how the game works, and I know a little sultriness.
I take back my vote.
Actually, there was a big controversy too with that, you being on the panel, because they were saying that I won because there was a straight man on the panel and that he was enamored by me, and I was like, that's so ridiculous. That
There was a straight woman on the panel too.
Exactly, and that's what that was. Listen, it's just been very out of control, and there's been a lot of egos that have been clashing in this industry. But again, like, I pay no mind to it. At the end of the day, the money is in my bank, the crown is in my house. So that's what matters at the end. And, you know, it just...
Listen, we did something right by sitting you guys together over here, huh? You guys are just gonna walk arm in
We should
arm.
be like the new Avengers or something.
The new
Right?
Avengers.
We should do that.
Well, now it's time to welcome the executive producer of the show. Our very, very special guest, Scott Savin, is here. Welcome, Scott. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Scott. How are you doing tonight?
Terrific.
Okay, so Scott, you're usually behind the scenes, way back there. How did you think the first season of Ultimate Miami went?
It was an adventurous season. It was, I think...
Definitely.
Yes, absolutely. It was a great venue. You know, we were really pleased that we had Stage 305 at the Magic City Casino to be the venue for the events. And as I sit here, and hopefully Manny feels the same way, and I'm looking over there, those are the faces and the talents of Ultimate Miami. I mean, I really think that we didn't know what was going to happen during the season, but there could not be a better group sitting across from me representing Ultimate Miami in all these different categories.
It's a great group of winners that we've got here, but there was controversy with the judges, controversy with the contestants, controversy with the audience, but you had your own share of controversy. Let's take a look back.
It's souffle martini. It's Grey Goose vodka, the secret ingredient chocolate syrup, frangelico, and a little bit of sea salt on top.
Nice.
Our winner is Robert.
All right, what happened? I heard there was a situation.
I didn't know what the secret ingredient was. I yelled over and said, hey, what's the secret ingredient? And it was told to me that it was pineapple, so I made more of a pineapple-based drink.
So we had a little drama, some tempers back there. How are we dealing with everything?
Everything's calmed down a bit now, for sure. But, you know, for 1 second there, everybody was just saying different things to one another because, you know, you want it to be fair, but then sometimes it's not really fair. Everybody wants to, you know, put a little bit edge or do something a little bit different. And that's what happens. You know, everybody wants that $5,000. So that's crazy.
You're going on. There's nothing I can do at this point.
But it's not even a knife at the bar. Even the other bartender saying it.
There is a knife at the bar. It's a yellow knife in a sheath.
It's not in a sheath.
No, there is not.
It's not a knife.
There's no knife on the left bar. There's no knife on the left bar. All right, good. That's the way it goes. No problem. Good luck getting that off. So we'll go on. We'll serve it back. All right, so you'll be in the next round.
You give me a knife and you didn't give me a clean mixing glass, I just lost a round. So yes, I have a problem. Which way do we get to the main crowd so I can at least enjoy the event?
It's all right. It's all right.
Because I'm obviously not going to enjoy the competition.
Whoa. Those bartenders are feisty.
Well, I think Isaac knows Danny.
I know them all, yeah.
And Danny, I think, had a lot of enthusiasm and a little too much alcohol himself. And that combination set him off a little bit. But I never knew a pineapple could cause that much problems, but it did. But the right guy is sitting over there.
Well, we saw that little sabotage, huh?
Yeah.
Secret ingredient chocolate, pineapple.
Who knew?
Well, the first season of The Ultimate Miami has its ups, its downs, but it was definitely a lot of fun. Scott, what can we expect for next season?
Fierce competition, great national acts. I mean, we're really going to sort of up the ante in the terms of the acts that we're, going to bring to complement the competitions. And I think that going into your second season, a lot more people understand what Ultimate Miami is all about. So I think that, we're going to see more people want to be involved in the competition.
Definitely a lot more notoriety.
A lot of notoriety. A lot of people are, taking notice of us. The drag queen competition really, as far as tweeting and Facebook and the social media, really set it off, which was great, all in a positive way.
And now we have a face to put to the show.
A great face.
Well, Scott actually has another detail to reveal about the next season. Scott, you'd like to tell us what that is?
Well, we do have a really good team of producers, directors that work on the show, and I'm really happy to hear that everyone was more than satisfied with the way the shows ran. We were wrestling with something about what to do with those of you that won. So what we've decided to do is you'll all be coming back or invited back as performers and presenters, but not as contestants, because we really felt that as the Ultimate Miami Band or as the Ultimate Miami Voice, you have such an edge going in, and we don't want to put people like Manny and the other judges next year on the spot, but everyone will be invited back to perform and to present. So we hope that that'll also help further your careers and help you sort of usher in second season winners of Ultimate Miami.
Oh, wow. How do you guys feel about that?
That's a really great idea. I think, you know, getting to be up here and get to see other acts play and get to comment on it and, you know, maybe have some kind of poll of the outcome is kind of cool. So I dig that.
Yeah, and it's cool because you get to let other people win, I guess.
I think you want that. I think you want it to be. I think you want it to be different every year. Otherwise, the competition gets stale, you know? So you want it to be like a new, you know?
I mean, who wants, you know, Forrest to win 3 years
Yeah,
in
who
a
wants
row?
to see me with that reaction again?
I know.
That's probably what sealed it. They were like, everybody else did a great job. We're like, we're done. But can we get crowns when we come back?
You have to ask the team out there.
Okay.
They're in charge of crowns.
We want crowns next year. Yeah.
Scepters, crowns, whatever you'd
Yeah.
like.
You'd probably look better with a sash.
Okay, whatever.
A sword or
Yeah,
something.
sword is good.
I don't know about that.
Good
I like
job,
the sword
sword.
idea.
I like
That's
sword.
I like
great.
the crown with the sword
I like-
for Forrest.
I want a
Just
sword.
saying.
Yeah.
I have no complaints.